This war of 5 kings means nothing. The true war lies to the north, my king.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. Welcome to my Game of Thrones Season 4 preview for Stannis and Melisandre. That's right, I'm combining them into one video just because the characters spent so much time together in books 3, 4, and 5. So spoiler warning for everything from seasons 1 to 3 and the end of book 3 as well as the beginning of book 4. Let's do a quick season 3 recap of Stannis at Dragonstone because it kind of gives us a really clear picture of what's going to happen with him and the characters around him in season 4. If you remember, the Onion Knight was getting ready to get executed for setting Gendry free. They were going to use him to try and raise that stone dragon, but they got a raven from the Night's Watch, which basically told them all about the invasion of the White Walkers and their army of whites. So Melisandre basically said that the war for the crown was meaningless by comparison. So Stannis basically committed his forces to the wall. Obviously, that's going to play out, and they'll have to travel all the way from Dragonstone to Eastwatch. So I'm guessing that probably won't happen until about the middle of the season. But George R.R. Martin is actually writing one of those first couple of episodes, so that could be it. Because the show is combining so many things from books 4 and books 3, I'm guessing that they're going to also condense some of the battles, because there's several battles that happen at the wall. There's that battle between the Wildlings and the Night's Watch, and then there's when Stannis arrives, there's another battle then. So I'm guessing they're going to combine those two battles into one battle, and I'm thinking that that's the episode that George R.R. Martin is writing. One of the really big things in Season 4, too, will be an expanded role for Melisandre. Once they get to the wall, remember, they're basically trying to prepare to fight this supernatural force that's the enemy of her god. He's basically called the Great Other, and Melisandre is one of the few people who actually has information on him. Eventually, I think Sam will kind of gain a lot of that knowledge through Maester training, but I don't think that's going to happen until Winds of Winter. I would expect that we're probably even going to get a first-person shot of Melisandre staring into the flames. Now, it's not like looking through a telescope. It's not like she sees exactly what's going to happen in the future, but she does get a lot of big signposts. So she doesn't say a lot of cryptic things just to be a pain to people. It's just that she's trying to interpret what she sees too. Remember, Stannis really needs to unite the forces at the wall. So once he gets there, he's going to have a really hard time trying to get the Wildlings and the Night's Watch to make peace, along with the third force of his army. So you basically have like 3 different armies. So a big part of Season 4 is going to be uniting those 3 groups to fight the White Walkers. Speaking of the wall, once they get there, Melisandre also takes a really creepy interest in Jon Snow. It's really funny because remember, she spent all that time with Gendry, so think of all those creepy sex scenes that she had with Gendry, and I don't think that's going to happen with Jon Snow just because it doesn't happen in the books, but I think it'll be implied. It'll just be really funny. A lot of people in the fandom feel like Jon Snow is going to play this epic role in the battle against the White Walkers, and Melisandre has previously stated that Stannis is who she believes Azor Ahai is. He's basically like the mythical figure in the mythology of the Great Other and the Red God, who's going to lead the forces of good against the forces of evil. But a lot of people think that that might be Jon Snow. I don't think any of that's going to play out in Season 4, but Melisandre is definitely going to say some things that will make you think that. Remember, Melisandre is still trying to raise that stone dragon too, so she's going to need royal blood. Obviously, I don't think she's going to try and sacrifice Jon Snow, but there are a couple of people at the wall with royal blood, so expect that to happen in Season 4. Someone will be sacrificed. It might not play out exactly the way Melisandre plans it, but someone will go under the knife. Be careful, the night is dark and full of terrors, and knife-wielding red women. But let me know what you think is going to happen in Season 4. Remember, they're changing a lot of things from books 3 and 4, so you're going to have to try and combine some of the events from those together. Since so many of you have requested it, my next Season 4 preview will be for Theon, or Reek, depending on what you want to call him. It's going to be really, really creepy with him in Season 4, so if you really liked his scenes in Season 3, it's going to be even worse. Be sure to subscribe to get that video. I'll try and post it on Wednesday. In the meantime, you can learn all about the Warcraft movie. I did a big update. You can click here to watch that, or you can click here to watch my other Game of Thrones Season 4 previews. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. High fives.